Hello, mateys. This is Discovery Scouts and Pirates of the Caribbean film series. Simon Angels here. Good evening to you. Today is a day it's one of the most members here as far as you're concerned. So today, as far as about Sunday, June 15, 2025, we are on a special time today. We are gonna go for about to web descriptions, which is about for listening to on musicians with the opportunity as far as you know. So all things plans as far as you today goes out. It is about the New York City with the World Trade Centers, which is about the 9/11 memorials. For that day, as much as like it we build it on the one tower of the World Trade Center, WTC. For that today, it's also in the past like about the mid 2000s. That was from 25 years ago. So we were in there. So we were have the kids. We watch on for 9/11 for memorials to predict memorials on New York. For that goes on Atlantic Northeast, Atlantic Northwest. This is where recording to the histories for New York State with the World Trade Centers. So Twin Towers, as far as you're concerned, for the age of the 28, it is also like it is destroyed. As far as for the Twin Towers, it's gray and black at the age of the 28. So we believe, my good friends and my relatives and neighbors, we talked about the Twin Towers as far as like on the New York 9/11 attacks. So that was like the fall in the past from 24 years. So you wanted to remember that for about from the memories of the months, days, and weeks of the years. We were passed by back to 2001 after the summer. So that's gonna be like on the much real deals for September 11 memorials and museums on the World Trade Centers, Twin Towers memorials. Even there is at about 2002 for the January's funerals. So all is revealed is things what happened. It is whoever found out about the whole reasons. It is about July 1st, 2001. Those guys that came in, 90 Al Qaeda's, hijackers, and Taliban and Afghanistan's. This is where what happens. Where do they come from? This is people that have what happens. That was like on the must no bad no decision, no good deals. It is only bad ideas as far as you're concerned. They mostly have 19 people they have invaded over about from the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Logan International Airport, as far as the colony units with Chicago, Los Angeles International Airport. Even there is at a flight 11, 77, 99, and 175 for Boeing 757. So, as far as like 767, pretty much as far as like on the twice for now, the twice in number 2, I just knows we just having the real conversations, which is about the Islamic terrorists and Al Qaeda. That was like is all revealed. It is the 19 Talibans. That looks like the hijackers just got on the 2 American Airlines and 2 United Airlines. Which is all about, for the last thing is, which is all concerns for this about evacuation from Washington, D.C. There's one of the after terrorism for all things are about the White House and the Washington D.C. for the last few moments in the year. So, however, in this time, for the next thing is for the Washington D.C. and the New York City, it will World Trade Centers. But that's the breaking news of what happens. And as far as it's pretty sad. Men, women, and children, friends, relatives, neighbors, and families. So we have two discoveries too on the Twin Towers from memories of the days. This is from 24 years for memories of the service on September 11, 2001. So that way, as far as you knows, but that day, that was in the morning, 9:03 and 11:03 for 2 hours after attacks. So that was it could be on acceptance for 60 days, which is about them waiting until September 11. That was the baddest idea as far as you concerned. Even bad people that do have Al-Qaeda, they have no idea. There's also they were dealing with too. That was pretty in a matter of that time. That was an Islamic terrorist. That wasn't included intact. It was by Al-Qaeda, Taliban. That was the before instance. Wasn't it invaders? For that that 4 planes, it was split up as far as soon as possible. That was the whole much of the idea is between Los Angeles International Airport, LIA. That also includes Chicago International Airport, Logan's International Airport, and New York. So we have it here. It's also about each 19 hijackers. It is also invaded inside on the planes, passengers, flight attendants, and pilots. Those are who were responsible, who did this as far as the person is between flight 11, 77, 99, and 175. Biggest people we have responsible for the instance as far as it concerns, I was so unimaginable, and that was it could be dangerous. Those people have been dangerous here for about, the planes that got out for about 530 miles per hour. That was a flight around between the New York City of the World Trade Centers. That's just how this happens for now, for instance. That's how blow things up at any time, that any place, wherever they do else. They look up to the Twin Towers. It's also a smoke. That was until 9:03. That was in the AMs in the morning. I believe people heard that it got off on a plane that got exploded. They destructed to the Twin Towers between North Towers and South Towers, even mostly between 93rd and 99th floors. It's also, I knew this as far as it agreed. Even the 2 planes, they also attacked the Twin Towers for no reasons as far as illegal observatory. For that way, that's gonna happen for now. That's the 2 different planes as far as on American Airlines was destroyed. They were stuck inside to the Twin Towers, the top of the south and north floors. That was and topped. That's another 2 planes. That was United Airlines. So we don't know as far as your concerns. Those guys have a cameraman up there as far as the film on as far as soon as possible. Even the citizens, civilians, FDNY, NYPDs, PPD. So, as far as knows, That was like an unacceptance. It's also casualties. It took like 2 hours for the smoke, perfuming intoxications, and toxic smoke and toxic gas. It's also it turns it black. It turns into smoke. It looks like a fire on the tower. That was like an unacceptance. And those are the between in dangerous situations. I just noticed in about is all it's revealed about. Even that is in the past 2 hours. It's between the flame up for the towers. Another two planes. It just crashed again with about the two each with the south and north towers. That once again. Even though as far as it exploded up there to the top of towers, those are responsible. Those are between respective, however they most extreme. But that's where we're gonna have to make moments ago from 24 years. Actuation been destructed in all times from 24 years. And that's an instance. That's a long instance as far as the do matters. So people don't take pictures, don't take posts for social medias in any time. So every resident people don't post on Facebooks, X Twitters, Instagrams, and most of them have the social media on the private area and security depositions. So that way, and that takes, which is about real over observation and operation and situation. In the most meaning of that time, which means we don't do sometimes it really cares about, some 20,000 people just run through like areas, run through there. There's a lot of towers coming down that collapse it and turns into some other ash and toxic gas and toxic smoke. So every 20,000 people just ran. Mostly have 2,000 people are injured. Those is how it happens. Those that we have here is the Twin Towers is destroyed and collapsed. Just both of it. That was like the fall man, just like one of those others. Unlikely. Makes more guessed. So I have to inform those guys with you. So we saw the guys just falling from the towers. So we before the collapsed, due there for on the explosion, demolishing for the Twin Towers. It is a broken notice. It is also like an explosive. It is a collapsing. It is a toxic gas, smoke, and smoke storms. We basically turn it to the dark, turn it to the fog, and turn it to the smoke. For any daredevils, as far as the reasons, it is an all things idea as far as like about in the past 2 hours. Twin Towers was collapsed. Those people panic. Those are between civilians, citizens, fire departments, New York firefighters, New York Police Department, and officers, and basically United States Coast Guard. So I feel bad. So I feel sad about the few moments ago. No one ever gonna take it like the few moments. That's have the help to share for the World Trade Centers, for the Twin Towers Memorial, all this time for the age of the 28. So that is in New York City. It's also been smoked. It was also like on Islamic terrorism attack. It was a nearby. It is revealed by Al Qaeda, Taliban. which is sometimes the 19 hijackers and no reason as far as an impossible. Those are the responsible. No one's gonna take down as far as like a plane goes down, it's hijacked. The announcers and the callers and the mostly we have here is the radio is off. It is also agreed for the next one is wanted to evacuate it from the New York City from the World Trade Centers. So we'll go for the next ones as far as like what happens on Washington D.C. So White House as far as like been attacks in the past 24 years. Number 2, what should I notice? That which as far as concerns, which that the plenty of that time that's what happens every day and any goes out, which is about for 9/11 during their attacks for reasons, for illegal for reasons. So that way, as far as the people and casualties, there's pretty much the more and more cares for responsibilities. So every some hundreds of them are turned into the survived. It also looks like about the dust. People does have the dust in it after the Twin Towers collapse after an attack. For that sometimes as far as that means, we don't do some things as far as your concerns in this planning at that time. So I notice as far as you knows, that is for memorials per days. That's where it happens. That was from on Atlantic Northeast. Mostly be side by side as well. As far as I be to the 9/11 September 11 Memorial and Museum. So that was from a White House during the evacuation from attacks. We've been on the casualties in between Pittsburgh police departments, New York police departments, fire departments of New York, and 236 civilians and peoples, several hundreds of employees, several hundreds of citizens, and 19 Coast Guards from the United States Armed Forces. We are respective to see one to honor others. It's sad as far as the people died and passed away, as far as due to the casualties after their attacks for the 2 hours ago, which is about September 11 from 24 years, which is all about for the debts to pay. So please respect to each other's North America's, which is about from north, east, west, north, east, west, and south. All the Americans of 50 states, please respect to the September 11 from 2001, from 24 years of the Twin Tower memorials. Please rise again. Pray for God and pray for America. Thank you very much for coming in and very respectful. We will send it to on the private presidential of President George W. Bush, Governor Jay Inslee, the Democratic Party, Joe Biden, and Hillary Clinton, and Kamala Harris. Please watch on for the President of the United States of the Capitol and Olympia in Washington, D.C. Please join us, have a seat, and respect. Alright. this is for it, guys. So thank you very much for the comment, and be respectful from the memories of the World Trade Centers with the Twin Towers, the Asian 28th with the cost. Make sure don't forget to hit to subscribe to more contrast. X for the Twitter, for Instagrams, the Facebooks, YouTubers, as far as either watching it on September 11, as far as the takes from the memories of the days. Please video on social media today for private carefully as far as you do. Guys and girls, feel free to watch on World Trade Center on September 11. And feel free to watch. And don't forget, keep it regimented. Good luck.